Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy Sunday. So today is episode 2 of I don't know how many episodes, but I'm going to try and keep this going for as long as I can. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Let's start with one of my first examples, which was a cousin of mine. I remember when I was at school, I was staying at their house. Anyway, he was a civil servant, so when you would call 999, it would go through to his department. So I remember I was probably about 15 at the time. He was about 23, 24. Remember, he bought his brand new A4 convertible, and obviously black boy driving around, driving with your friends. You dropped the top. It was summer, like you was living your best life. I remember he'd come home every day and just be like, I keep getting stopped. Like, and I'm not talking like once a week. I'm talking every single day. And it's the same story. It was a car matching this description was stolen. Anyway, you know the generic story that they use to stop you and ask you stupid questions. So I think one day my cousin got really pissed off and fed up, and he just went and spoke to his sergeant at work. Obviously, they sorted it out, but the institution that you work for, which is meant to be keeping people safe, are the same people that are causing you issues every day, and you work for them. Like, how would you feel working for them? Like, it's just mad. Absolute madness. So as I was recording that first section about my cousin, my boyfriend's coming and he said, Chris, like, you've got it all wrong. What he said has happened to him between the ages of 13 to 24. He got stopped about 40 times, and he said it didn't matter whether he was in car, whether he's in his mum's Renault Scenic, whether he was on train, push bike, whatever the scenario, he got stopped. Like, it didn't matter for him. So even just associating it with driving a nice car, no, that's not it. You're just black. That's it. Just need to be black. Don't even bother with the car business. The next part you're going to hear is a friend of mine speaking to his daughter. So what's happened is she's gone to nursery. It seems like a couple little boys, please bear in mind, these are like 3-year-olds, yeah? 3-year-olds. She's gone to nursery. It seems like a couple of the little boys or little kids have started picking on her. And she comes home and she's trying to explain to her dad what's happened. What we find out is that they've been saying to her, like, her skin tone's not nice. They've been saying to her, your skin's like mud. And what he does is he rings her mum and tries to explain to her what's going on. But mum's like, oh, no, they're just being silly little kids. Like, they're just kids. There's no way, like, it's that deep. And what happens is, what he does is he shows us some pictures of some white ladies. And his daughter's like, oh, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. And then he shows her a picture of a black girl. And she's like, no, I don't like it. Her skin, no, I don't like it. This is a 3-year-old, you know.
Why do you think she's beautiful?
Because she's white and beautiful. Because she's saying no, I'm not brown and marshmallow.
Did you say you don't want to be brown?
So I kind of find that one quite hard to listen to because, like, I know both of the people involved. But we're going to move on to the next section. We're taking it back to the workplace. And a friend of mine has moved up north and she's just expressing, like, how people react to her changing her wigs. But what I find, like, really odd about these subjects, because it's not just her that complains about it. Obviously, being a hairdresser, I have clients who sit on my chair and they're like, Chris, like, I don't know if we should do this colour, we shouldn't do this, because they're going to, all the questions tomorrow, if I go from braids to afro to straight, like, it's so many questions. I'm just like, but all of these people know who Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner are. When Kylie pops up with a neon wig and then next week she has a pink wig, does everyone start questioning her? We know it's a wig. Like, when she has cane rolls in, do we start questioning? Do we want to touch it? No, we know. I don't get what the big difference is or why people feel like they have to, like, get so, like, involved or with black women's hair. It's not even like you're asking questions to be curious. You're being an idiot, because especially hear this and you know that person's being stupid.
And then I've also had where guys at work ask me, oh, you know, like, obviously needs, like, you wear these wigs. He's like, so do you know your passport picture? Do you have to wear the same wig every time you go to the airport because it's the wig in your passport picture? And I said to him, well, when you go to the airport, you see the haircut you've got in your passport picture. Do you have to cut your hair like that every single time you go to the airport? And he laughed. I said, it's the exact same thing. Like, just because I'm wearing a red wig, a gold wig, obviously I'm not wearing those colours, but if I'm wearing a red wig, gold wig, black wig, long wig, short wig, why would I have to have an airport? This is what you call it. And do you have an airport wig? Why would I have an airport wig? It makes no sense what you're saying. Do you have an airport haircut? Like, do you cut your hair the same way every time you go to the airport? But yeah, that's just a few of my like experiences in terms of like hair in the workplace. Um, for me, I sort of just rock my hair however I feel. I wouldn't say I've been made to feel like, oh, my hairstyle's not professional, but I do feel like whenever I do change my wig or then change to braids or go from a short wig to a long wig, oh God, I'm going to come to work and there's going to be 100 questions. Do you know what I mean? Even though you've sort of set the record straight, told people you're wearing wigs so everyone can stop staring or wondering how you're growing your hair so quickly in 1 month.
So we're sticking to the topic of the workplace. Take a listen to the next piece I've got. It's a lady going through interviews and she's very qualified for the jobs, but the feedback she's getting when not getting the jobs is very interesting. So yeah, take a listen.
So, and obviously, like I've told you that I've been trying to apply for a job, especially in HR. Now, I've had multiple interviews. I've legit had multiple interviews, and I always get the same thing like, oh my God, you're great. You've got fantastic experience within HR. You've got the knowledge, you've got the enthusiasm and whatnot, but I never seem to get the job. Long story cut short, my interview on that day was for 12 o'clock, yeah? I was early. I researched the whole brands and everything. This was a link for a recruitment agency at the time. Now, when I didn't know where the head office was, based in Oxford Street, so it took me some time to look through it. So when I had found it, I found it through the store because I went into the store first. I got to the head office at 11:50. Yeah, bearing in mind my interview was at 12. I got there 11:50. The people that was meant to interview me, they never turned up. It was someone random. So the lady came to me and was like, "Oh, give me one moment." Pre the time, I got there 11:50, so she had 10 minutes to prepare herself. Right? She was like, "Oh, you Amy, blah blah blah." So she knew who I was, but I didn't know who she was. So I sat down at the reception. She gave me water. She came in the first time, then she went into the main office. I needed to go toilet. So when I went to the toilet where the main office was, Crystal, I've never experienced this in my life. It's just I don't say anything. Everybody stopped what they were doing and looked at me. It was like the staring game, like I was a piece of animal, like I was shocked. The way I was shocked, yeah, I like I felt some type of way. So I went to the toilet, like I had to go through the main office, went to the toilet, and then I clocked. As soon as I left, everybody went back doing their work. When I came back in the office, everybody stopped. Bearing in mind, yeah, most the people that were in that office, most of them were white. There was only like the one black person there, the one black girl there, and she was fair colored, and one Oriental girl there, and the one fair colored girl, she was the only one that smiled at me. And funny enough, when I left that main office and I went back to the reception, the lady came in to come and see me. Then she came back. Then she came in to the reception, came back out. So she was even late to even interview me. 15 minutes late to interview me. I don't know why, but she was 15 minutes late. The same girl that smiled at me inside the office, Crystal. Yeah, she was just like, "Oh, are you okay? Blah blah blah. Are you Amy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, so and so will be with you." Then the lady, obviously, we had the interview in the end. The lady interviewed me. Babe, bearing in mind, she already ran through my time of the interview. So I only had like 45 minutes. She asked me all the questions, like as you would in an interview. And then after that, like the questions that I was even answering her, it's like she kept cutting me off for no reason. So I didn't think nothing of it. Following on, 2 days later, I got feedback from that interview saying I didn't get it. And the reason why I didn't get it, are you listening? Oh, I seemed a bit loud. I seemed a bit loud. I came across like my examples came across aggressive. I didn't come I didn't come on time. And I and what else was the other feedback? Oh, and how they felt that I didn't have the relevant experience. Crystal, I didn't have the relevant experience. I've been working in Harrods in a luxury retail that, like, well-known retail of the whole world over 4 years. And you're telling me I don't have relevant experience. I worked in River Island for over a year in HR. I've supported redundancies. Babe, it was a lot. And bearing in mind as well, after that experience, I just got put off.
So that was a young lady's experience of like interviewing, and what I didn't continue or keep in the rest of the clip was that at the end she says that she has to go and get another qualification, and she doesn't actually need it for the role that she's applying for, but because of the feedback she's gotten so many times where they're saying that she hasn't got all the necessary credentials for the job, she's going to have to go and get it just to keep them quiet. And it kind of resonates with me because I remember my mum saying to me a long time ago, like when I was a lot younger, you're always going to have to work 10 times harder because of your skin colour. You're always going to have to work 10 times harder than the white girl in your class. So concentrate, focus kind of thing. And yeah, so what else, you know, you're going to have to work 10 times harder than the white girl you're sitting next to. And you're always going to have to work 10 times harder than any other white person in your classroom. And obviously after listening to like Amy's experience during like interviewing, you can see that. But guys, I just want to say a massive thank you for listening to this episode. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and have a fantastic Sunday. And I'll see you next week at 11 a.m. for another episode. Take care. Bye.